Finally, the H22 motor is coming together. It's been a late couple of nights, but I've received all the parts, and tonight I will be closing up the motor finally. And I'm just going to give you guys a rundown on what I have done and what I still need to do before we can put it into the EG. Just to recap, H22 stock sleeve, FRM sleeves. It's got Nipton high comp pistons. We are running a PML header. I have changed the exhaust gasket out to a single layer metal gasket. Hopefully it doesn't burn through, but we are looking for a multi-layer exhaust gasket. Then on the cam belt side, I've done a balance shaft delete kit. As you guys can see, the balance shafts and the extra pulleys and everything has been taken off. New water pump. I've got tensioner or cam belt tensioner. Everything from Rock Auto. We opted for a manual cam belt tensioner. I just used a little bit of thread lock just on the locking nut so that it doesn't back down. The belt has some flex to it, so hopefully not too tight or we have a winding bearing. Cam belt, I've showed you in the last, it's a Gates cam belt. There's some markings here somewhere, but Gates cam belt, there's a part number that I put up on the last video. Cam timing, straightforward, little indent on the gear. There's a little arrow at the back, TDC, so piston top dead center. And on top we have cam pulleys. You'll see there's a mark on the top of the gear, and there's a line at the bottom of the gear. Those do line up horizontal to the cam belt cover at the back, and also on the sides you'll see that it lines up. So that's perfectly in time, and also you have the little arrows that says up. So that's been done. I've put the cam belt on, I've turned the motor a couple of times, and everything seems good. Everything is, there's no strange noises or anything, so very happy with that. Then I went ahead and actually before I torqued down the cam caps, these 12mm and 10mm, I went ahead and I did a dizzy delete. So I've got just one of these seals on this side, on the exhaust side, a little bit of sealer, put that in, put the last cap on the exhaust side, and then I've torqued everything up. Once everything was torqued, I went ahead and I did all the valve flash or the tappets. I've just marked them all so I don't get confused. Some of these locking nuts, I don't know if you guys can see, there were two missing. This was all marketplace heads and parts that were all disassembled. So hardware and stuff we had to look for and make sure that we have everything. And some of it we had to get from the junkyard. And that's basically it. I mean, straightforward. There's nothing special. I think that's basically everything. But as you guys heard, a dizzy delete. So that is now where we come to the next part. I will be fitting the tappet cover. I just gave it a bit of wrinkle black paint. We probably going to change the tappet cover at some point yet again. But for now, just some heat primer and some normal high bolt primer, sanded it down, and we got some wrinkle black on that. Didn't come out too bad. Obviously those holes were black, and then I took some thinners to clean it out and I messed it up, but you won't see that once everything is assembled. And like I say, we are going to change it. But let me not hold you guys up too long, and let me show you what's up next. So I've got the tappet cover, I've got the seals. These are all, everything is brand new. Hopefully these don't leak, but I will, like I say, we are going to change the tappet cover at some point. Hopefully it doesn't leak and we don't need to replace those seals And I just want to show you guys this little aerosol silicone little gun. Oh man, this thing is quite good. You don't have to worry about getting sealer on your fingers and trying to get it in. Just use it and apply a little bit of silicone on the corners. Very nice. I don't know if you guys can see, but just push of a button, or actually the little lever, and it squirts out some silicone. So I've got silicone all on the corners where they say that you need to apply. And let's put the tappet cover on. Hopefully she doesn't leak. We do have all new little washers that came with the deco set. The only thing that we don't have is the little mushroom bolts or nuts that goes on top. We don't have. I will be probably going to our local junkyard.
Pockets ain't empty, cuz.
And getting some of that just so that it looks OEM. So we got all these little mushroom seals on, and I'm just going to go ahead and use some normal 10mm nuts for now. It's not going to look the part, but for now, till we change it out. Just show you guys on top. Not too bad. It's looking good. So tappet cover is on. I just want to make sure before we go to the next step that the spark plugs are tight. I've just used the factory OEM spark plug or equivalent NGK that is in, and now we are going to the plate. So running the distributor delete, like I showed you guys, this is now our coil plate. Cheap and quite neat little piece. Straightforward. Oh, before I forget, there are these little grommets with O-rings on each side. I'm actually scared that this will leak, but these come onto the tappet cover to space it out. There's two of them that comes with the kit, little O-rings. Let me just show you guys. They go right there on the end, and the center, I'll show you. I must actually get a higher tripod to show you guys, but then the plate just goes on top of that. You got the two hardware that they supply with that just bolts into the OEM positions. So we got the plate in. Maybe I should cut this side so that you guys, there we go, there's some more light on that side. So plate is in, Little hardware has been tightened up, and now we can get ready to put the coils in. Sorry for K24, K20 coils, pretty much the same thing. We got a set that just slides in. These hardware, or this for the coils, I just used some of the 10mm bolts that I had laying around. Not too much, otherwise you're going to have problems on your plate. Very nice. Coil packs in, all secured, freshly painted. It's coming together. I still need to put the bottom plate or the cover on the side, and then the top one I don't have one extra. We're going to use the one that's on the F20B motor. I still need to get this little grommet that goes in there, that we'll get, and the breather pipe that goes to the intake, that will sort out. I am still busy with the intake. I am porting and cutting the intake, so that I'll do off camera and just bolt it on and show you guys obviously once the motor goes into the vehicle. But for now, this is almost done. I still need to do the sump. I'll probably turn the motor around and get to that shortly. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think this is coming out very nice. Probably, well, some of the guys that are subscribed, that are from New Zealand, will probably know what management system we are running, and also what setup will be going into the EG. But I can't wait. The wiring is a mess, as you see. I've got wiring everything. I had to use 2 different looms to cut down, and I think it came out very nice. I'm stoked. I'm glad Dwayne is getting this. It will look so nice in the blue EG, especially the black on blue. What do you guys think? Just want to show you guys. Sump is on. New gasket. I have fitted the J-pipe. I haven't put these little bolts in. I think we're going to have to modify this J-pipe as it's pretty close to the sump there at the back. So I'll first try and put some little shorter bolts on this side and pull it tighter to the front, see if it does angle a little bit. But I think we're going to have to modify the J-pipe. It is touching, sorry, there at the back. So if we can get it a little bit down to clear, I don't know if you guys can see that little gap there, but I think we're going to have to modify the J-pipe so that it comes down. As you guys can see, it sits a little bit on the angle. So I think that's something that we're going to have to look into. Maybe cut it on that 90 there and just give it a little bit of an angle down. But besides that, everything is done. As I promised in the beginning of the video, the motor is all completed. Everything is on, looking very nice. I am very happy. So the cover I'll put in afterwards. That's not a big deal. The crank pulley, I've got that all there, that'll fit. And then I've got this bunch of wiring that I need to sort out. But before I end this video, I would just like to show you guys what I have done so far. And I'm not going to record this because, oh, sorry. I am no Sparky, but I have outdone myself. Well, I think so. Oh man, that one doesn't clip in because it's a little bit too close. Oh, that one as well. But in any case, I think it came out very nice. I am still busy with it, so oops, well, where does that one go? Yeah, okay, then that one's for the VTEC. Yeah, so obviously I need to loosen the coil to plug this in. There's no, I mean, it's a little bit tight there. But in any case, you guys get the picture. Wiring I've done in spare time, just off camera because I am no like wire sparky. So, but sleeving all done, VTEC plug and coil plugs is all done. The rear wiring, oh, let me show you. Wait, oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, it's just past midnight and I am tired. I need to be at work. So I've got the OEM, so alternator, wire and plug. That comes to the back. I've got the injectors, obviously when the intake's on, and some wiring. But for now, I'm gonna leave you guys. The motor is done. The box is completed, LSD box. Once I finish the wiring completely, I will be getting Dwayne's car in, and then maybe one Friday night, we're gonna pull the motor and fit the new H22. But thanks so much for watching. If you are still watching, thanks so much. And please, I am trying to hit that 250 subs by the end of the year. It's not much. I mean, the stats shows that 90% of the guys watching is not subscribed. So I appreciate if you are watching, but I'll appreciate it more if you guys subscribe. Thanks so much and see you guys on the next one.